Hello there, everyone. This is Mr.Huggles, and I am back with another test for Dragon's Dogma. In the past, there has been considerable confusion and doubt over ways to negate elemental damage and side effects against your character. I'm hoping that in today's video, we will be able to uncover how they all work and how exactly to, negate the damage, or at least reduce it in some cases. So, without further ado, let's get started. To begin with, I have dressed my character up in armor that will provide 100% fire resistance. Good kick. Where's that defenses? Defense right there. Fire resistance, 100%. And I'm sure some of these pieces cannot technically be worn together. I am using D input just to help remove restrictions on stuff like that for the benefit of testing. So let's go try and catch fire with 100% resistance. Here we have your typical bonfire, or at least what I like to call a bonfire. I don't know. Does anyone else like to store random broken crates and then light them on fire for fire pits? I don't know, maybe that's just me. But as you can see here, our character is twitching from the damage. She is definitely being hit by it. However, she is suffering 0 damage and has yet to catch on fire. Typically, she would have by now if she had less than 100% fire resistance. Let's remove one piece and bring it down ever so slightly. Now you can see I'm taking 1 hit point of damage every several ticks. And eventually I will catch fire. Anytime now. There we go. Now, an unfortunate thing, I know a lot of players have they thought this first, since other games, at least ones before 2012, would have this little workaround. In Dogma, if you were to say catch fire or freeze, you cannot equip enough stuff to resist that side effect. You are stuck with the effects of whatever element you've been hit with, until, of course, those effects wear off in due time. Each effect does seem to be on a timer. I have not ascertained what the timer is for all effects. I am not that insane. I will leave that up to someone else, since that is not the point of this test or video. Now, as you saw there, the amount of damage I did take was dependent on how much overall fire resistance I had. If I was to, say, have a lot less, instead of having 80 or 90%, maybe I have probably 50 or less percent. Like right now, I've got 50% exactly. You'll see I should take about 1 hit point or maybe 2 per tick. Just 1. And if I was to remove all of my armor, where is it? Chest armor, remove that. Leg armor, remove that. Cloaks, remove that. So that I have 0 resistance to fire. I will now take maximum hit points I can per tick. Oh my god, I caught fire so easily. Holy crap. Or at least do something. Get a bucket of water, whatever. Here, fine, let's just dangerously carry this fire gunpowder barrel. Well, on fire ourselves here. Catch. But yeah, the amount of fire resistance you have will in part mitigate or completely negate the amount of damage you'll take from a given element. When it comes to attacks from, let's say, possessed pawns or enemy mages, if you are being hit by something such as Ingle or other elemental spells, there are parts of those that do not contain the element itself. They are not just raw elemental damage, they are element plus magic. So the attacker's own magic stat and the magic stat of their weapon is going to be taken into account when you are being attacked by stuff. But if you are, let's say, 100% resistance to ice and maybe an enemy hits you with Frigor, you can be sure that the amount of damage you are reducing from ice damage is 100%. The remaining damage you take is probably some component of either physical, since some spells do carry that, or just raw magic damage. So that is kind of nice that we can 100% negate elemental damage from stuff like fires or freeze spells. But there are a couple other ways you can do this as well without armor. Well, some might consider it armor, but jewelry. There are some particular rings in this game that will negate very specific elemental side effects. These being burning from the rose ring, freezing, I believe, from the iris ring. Let's see here. Yeah, freezing from iris ring, and thundershock, or as I call it, just shocking, from the violet ring. You could also call it chain lightning, since really chain lightning is more akin to the actual effect you get from it. But let's go ahead and put one of these on just to demonstrate. Here's our rose ring to give us 100% burning resistance. And you will notice that it is only burning resistance. If you go to your defense page, you will see that under the elemental resistances, I have nothing. So it is strictly the side effect, not the damage itself. And here I am taking 2 HP per fire tick, and I will not catch fire. So it's very much akin to having 0 damage reduction. It's simply that side effect, and I definitely would have been on fire by now if not for that ring. Another option that characters? No. Another option that players have available to them is a handy augment from the mage called Intervention. Some will already know it has a absolutely terrible description in the English version of this game. From what I'm aware of, the Japanese description is more apt to what it does. Where's my skills? Set skills. Intervention, yeah. Reduce cumulative damage when you are debilitated by the 5 archmagics. That is extremely cryptic and in no way helpful to any player. At least none that isn't already versed in the game's lore. Archmagics refers to the elements, so the 5 elements that you might be hit by. Reduces cumulative damage is referring to the cumulative buildup towards proccing one of the elemental side effects, such as burning or freezing. So effectively what this augment is doing is reducing that buildup towards, the side effect, if it is coming from one of the 5 elements that you can be hit by in this game. Now, that is not going to save you from something like poison. Poison is not a side effect of one of these 5 elements, so it does not affect those. This is only going to affect things like burning and freezing. Now that I have the augment equipped and my short-term memory is hitting me, yeah, no ring. I will still take 2 HP damage, and just like when I had that ring, I will not suffer the burning as side effect. Now, what differs from this augment and the rings is essentially it can cover more side effects from elements than what those 3 rings can. In the game, there are simply those 3 rings for the side effects of fire, ice, and lightning. There are more than 3 elements, as we just discussed. Those other 2 elements are holy and darkness. Each one of those has a different side effect. For the holy or light element, you can essentially heal yourself back as you damage the enemy. It is more potent and takes effect much more rapidly if against something that is weak to holy, such as an undead enemy. But you can proc it on any target. Unfortunately, it is still very rare. A lot of non-weak to holy enemies will resist it quite strongly, but it is possible on some non-undead or non-specifically weak to holy enemies. The side effect for dark is a critical blow, as a lot of people refer to it as simply dark critical, and it will quickly sap the life force, so to say, from the target. It is very potent. especially against humanoids. So bandits, sorcerers that you might encounter, those types of enemies will just demolish or melt from dark critical or just dark attacks in general. Um, Unfortunately, or rather fortunately, enemies in the game cannot actually attack you with either light or dark element. That is probably why developers decided to only include rings for the three basic elements. But there are some scenarios in which you might actually find yourself on the receiving end of a dark or light based attack. Those scenarios specifically being when your pawn is possessed. There are rare instances where your pawn will be possessed. The most common is when fighting a dragon, but a little less common might be when you are fighting ghosts. So let us go demonstrate some of this, since I think a lot of players aren't quite aware you actually can suffer elemental side effects if your pawn is possessed and possesses a weapon that can impart one of those debilitations. Now, where's my teleport zone? I have a very specific and easy place to test this. That is over at the Duke's Mains in the North-faced Forest. Inside the Duke's Mains, if you have already beaten it, you will find 3 phantasms. Phantasms are one of the few ghost types that can possess your character. Not character, but your pawns. Where's my armor? Right there. And I might as well get a weapon. If you haven't gotten this far in the game, don't worry, there's no spoilers ahead. Is some side story and side quest stuff that will take you here eventually if you have followed some other side quests and side stories. So just be aware that you won't be able to quite get access to this if you want. At least not at the very start of the game. Now let's go get possessed. Let's see, a run forward. Oh, good, there's one right there. Sometimes there's all 3 phantasms will just be right here. That can be quite a pain, but I should probably get a lantern out so everyone can see. It hopefully won't take too long. It can sometimes be difficult for the pawn to get possessed, since when they have no weapon, they will do their absolute best to avoid the enemy. So I'm going to try my best to kite my pawn towards the phantasm. There we go. And once possessed, she will start gradually dying, so I will have to act a little fast. Wow, nice drop of gold. Alright, she is possessed. Let me get in the corner, just so I don't get backed up. Alright, let's give her a weapon. So let's demonstrate. Easiest to do, burning. And I should burn after about 9 or so bolts connecting to me. There we go. I'm gonna take that weapon away from her before she hurts me more. So as you can see, you can still take elemental damage from your pawns, but to demonstrate the more rare elements, let's put on Divine Access, so she can have Holy Element. It's a lot rarer to see that be procced. And let me heal. I need that right now. Once that procs, you will see a bit of glowing light shoot towards the center of my pawn, and it will heal her for a little bit of health. It's not going to counteract her gradual HP loss from possession, but it is technically healing. It takes about 9 or so bolts, just like with fire. There we go. She just got healed a little bit, and she'll have it happen again soon. Right there. So let's see what it's like when darkness hits you. Oh god, it scares me. I hate it every time. It's a lot of damage when that crit hits, since, you know, we're human. And what you'll see is an effect of dark tendrils spewing out from my character after about 9 or so hits. There we go, and my health just got... Oh my god, my health. That's why Dark Critical is very dangerous. Honestly, in my opinion, a pawn with a Dark Element weapon like Kunai or Stagnant Surge could be a very bad day if you aren't cognizant of what is going on around you and your pawn becomes possessed. That could be a very, very bad day. Let us take that very dangerous toy away from her before she hurts someone. Or actually, better yet, oh, I can't do it because I don't have intervention. Well, all shucks. I was going to demonstrate that the dark effect does not take hold if you have intervention. It absolutely does not take hold. Let us switch to burning since we've already demonstrated that. Just to show you that the rings will still remove. It'll still cancel out the effects of burning. Um, so let's just take a couple of hits, about 9 or so is what it took last time for burning. And as you can see, so far I have yet to start burning, but I am still taking maximum damage as possible from her blasts. So if you have the rings, you'll still not take the side effects. Same thing if you take intervention, since that affects, all the elemental side effects, not just a single one. Take that off, don't need it. Is there anything I would like to try show you guys? Yes, lightning. So lightning is an interesting element in this game. This isn't really proving anything with the test, so to say, I think. But for those that aren't aware, the side effect from lightning, thundershock, is something that will both damage you, damage things around you, and anything affected by it can potentially be knocked to the ground. Give me a moment to heal my pawn. Since she is possessed, I cannot give her a piece of grass. So let us give her a level up. Attributes level up. There we go. All right. Eventually you'll see a bolt of lightning shoot out from me towards Rylisa. And it hit Rylisa, and she just absolutely crumbled. Now, normally I would crumble to the floor from the side effect. As you can see, the bolt also affected the boxes, but unfortunately my character, so that I just don't die right away from a lot of these attacks, is level 200. Your defense will play a part in how much your character can naturally resist being staggered or knocked down, even if you don't have anything contributing towards stagger knockdown resistance, as you see here. But normally, if I was a very common basic level, let's say 60 or less, even up to 100, you would probably, most likely, certainly if you're below 100, you would collapse to the floor just as Rylisa did. Let's get some health. I am low. And let me just proc this one more time. Now I'm kind of curious on something. If I was to give her the violet ring, will she still get staggered? In all studies, or all tests I've done prior, she should. Because stagger is not what gets blocked by the ring. There we go. Now, what is going on here is she has the violet ring. She should, for all intents and purposes, be resisting Thundershock 100%, and she is. What Thundershock is in Dragon's Dogma is simply that lightning chain or lightning string that reaches out from the character affected by Thundershock. It will then reach out and zap everything around it. The only thing that can prevent that knockdown effect is your actual knockdown stat. So either have incredible defense like my character has right now, which I believe I might have even augmented it with the input. No, that's normal, just from the standard level ups. But as you'll see soon, I can throw on a bunch of armor that will give me... Well, actually, no, we'll have to give this to her. Let's give this to her, right, Lisa? Because I already don't get staggered. So let's give her this really good armor so that she has maximum stagger knockdown resistance. No, not equip. Let's give it. There we go. Goodbye, good-looking robes. Alright. Now she has the violet ring. She does not need that. You can give that back to me. But she does have 100% stagger and knockdown resistance, and her resistance to lightning naturally is just 60, thanks to the armor. Let us get struck by this again, and she needs another level up to stay alive. Okay, come on, mouse. There we go. I knew you could do it, mouse. Alright, come on. Well, now my keyboard's not responding well. There we go. So I will eventually have a bolt of lightning strike her from me. There we go. You see that she was not staggered or knocked down. Do it one more time. There it is again. Now, if I was to say put on the violet ring, you'll see that the bolt of lightning does not reach out from me towards her. Where is the healing items? I need those. There we go. Give me everything. Come on. Keep zapping me. Now, by now, I definitely should have had that trigger. So you can see, the side effect for lightning isn't the stagger, it's simply that burst of chain lightning that reaches out from you. Okay, stop that. So it's something you kind of need to look out for. What a lot of people consider the most annoying about lightning is that stagger knockdown. So if you aren't quite wanting that, if you want to really avoid the annoying aspects of the element, you don't quite need elemental resistance to it. You just need to have some really nice stagger and knockdown resistance. Elemental resistance is good if you want to reduce the damage you take, but it's not how the element itself works per se. And interesting note, if you are looking at this and thinking Rylisa has 100% resistance to being knocked down or staggered, she actually does not. It says so in her stats screen, but in Dragon's Dogma, as well as a few other games, in particular, I am aware that Darkest Dungeon works the same way, but stagger and knockdown resistance here, what you are seeing there isn't 100% resistance to being staggered or knocked down, but 100% is being added to your possible resistance factor. I guess the best way I can describe it is it's a bonus that is being factored into. You have 100% of that possible bonus that is factored into the calculation for resisting stagger and knockdown. It is possible for her to go into a dungeon and still get knocked down or staggered eventually. Even if she was a warrior, charging up Arc of Deliverance, which does further boost or assist her resistance to stagger and knockdown, she can still be staggered or knocked down regardless. Don't ask me why. I can't quite remember exactly. Developers program their games this way. The best that I can try to remember or speculate is that it helps to keep the game interesting. So if you aren't 100% resistant all the time, the game will definitely always keep you on edge, trying to figure out, are you actually going to resist this next attack or not? But certainly 100% resistance is enough to, resist being knocked down with the chain lightning effect. I better stop this. I'm gonna die. I believe I have gone over everything in here. I don't think I need to throw intervention on my character. So if you want, you can stop now. I will, however, return to camp and throw it on just for the sake of running through this test one more time for anyone else that might be really skeptical of its effects. But for the majority of you, I think you understand and see that there are ways to get around side effects like the freeze and such forth. You just need to have rings. You can use armors thrown together that will negate the side effect plus the damage, or use intervention for complete resistance to the element effect itself. All right, set intervention. There we go. Equip. Get my canopy. Here's my armor. There we go. On our way already. Hopefully this won't take too long. Alright, take the armor off. And how many? Just one. Okay. Oh shit, there's a second one now. Well, one of you has to die. I guess you'll die first. Nope. Oh god, there's the third one up there too. This will be messy. This will take a little bit extra time, I think.
We must end this quickly.
Come on.
Give a call if you're possessed.
There's one. There's two. Alright, so where's that third one? I think he's over here. Yep. Alright, we'll keep you alive.
All consciousness ends once it takes hold.
Let's walk in here, I guess. Or at least stand there for a second. Hey, come over here. Come over here. I know you're scared. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Oh, you didn't get grabbed. Come on, Rylisa. Goodness, this is such a pain sometimes. Whoa! Did he just fall through the floor? Oh, he's stuck in the wall. Or, I think he's on the staircase. Well, crap.
It was a fine scrap, if I may say so myself.
Really? Well, let's reload that one. That's a failed attempt. Guess I should have kept the other ones alive.
In this tent sits a rift stone. A rift stone. Strange power emanates from...
Alright. Armor. There we go.
'Tis nemesis to all pawns.
Where? Okay, there they are.
The possessed cannot free themselves. Stay close. Agreed.
Alright, Lisa,
Must
walk
be
this
done.
way. Like Mick Jagger. Walk this way.
We must end this quickly.
Oh, good, there's another one.
Captured pawns lose themselves. Hurry!
Oh, she's grabbed.
I'm losing control.
That one's dead. Where'd it go? There it is. And that one's dead. No more distractions. Let's get a light. Oh, really? The third one just showed up? Die now, please. Please. Thank you. Alright. So I have intervention, no armors, and she is about to shoot me with a bunch of fireballs. Oh, my intervention? Oh, I forgot to put it back on. Wow, this is... This is sad. I forgot to put intervention back on. Oh, crap. I'm sorry, everyone. This is taking a while just to help prove that intervention does work in this regard. Learn set. Holy crap. Intervention. My god.
What will it be? Have your pick. Come again.
Ah, there we go. And in we go for the third time. Hopefully this is the charm. And turn that off. Or unequip it.
Captured pawns lose
Oh,
themselves.
there's two of them. And the third one. Goody.
His nemesis in all forms.
Let's put a lantern on at least.
If it takes hold of a pawn, 'tis death. Don't allow it to possess you.
What's that? Oh, she's gonna get possessed. There's no way she's avoiding all those.
Help me!
Oh, dang it, I shot the one off of her before she got possessed.
Give a call if you're possessed.
Oh, there's two of them.
Don't allow it to possess you.
Go. Now we're down to one. That hopefully will not get stuck in the wall.
We must end this quickly.
Grab her. Thank you.
Go!
And she's possessed. I gotta kill this thing. No. Oh god, I thought I shot her easily. Alright. Skills enabled. Intervention. Nothing equipped. Let's catch fire, or try to. As you can see, intervention is keeping me from catching fire from her bolts. Let's try with another weapon. Divine Axis. You will not damage me as much. Give me back some healing. As you'll see, she will not gain any kind of healing benefit, as you saw earlier in the test. She's just going to stand there and shoot me a bunch. And never get healed. Oh boy, I'm going to die. And same goes for Stagnant Surge. I will not suffer any kind of grievous critical from the Dark Effect. She is probably going to rush over right now and power. Yep, power attack. I don't know if the power attack imparts the element. I believe it does. But as I keep getting hit, oh my god. Alright, Lisa, you're not cooperating. Alright, Lisa, give me a bunch of your healing. Yes, yes, you are amazing with your blasty hand. But I will not have any dark tendrils reach out for me. No matter how. Oh my god, she's trying to do it again. Have I proven my point yet? Have I proven this? She does so much damage. She does so much damage. I think I proved my point. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.